Hello, hello. We are in part two of a two-part series for your breathing and your body, or your body and your breathing. On the first one, we talked about the bad habits, a misconception, and the just not knowing. And this one, we're going to talk about something that about 90% of people get wrong. I've been teaching for a long time, and it doesn't matter whether it's a beginner, a person who just loves singing, been singing all their lives, or been singing for a long time, or a professional. 90 to over 90% don't know where the diaphragm is, or have the misconception of where it is. And like I said, don't know, misconception, or have a bad habit with what? The diaphragm. Where's the diaphragm? So many people think, I'm going to move this away right now, that it's down here. Okay? How about you? Where do you think it is? Here? 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 Okay? I'm going to clear it up right now. Where are the lungs? So many people don't know where the lungs are. The diaphragm is the floor of the lungs. And I'm going to show you a picture right now. Okay? And it's from my book. Let's see. Can you see it? I Will Not Grow Weary. It's on Amazon. That's me when I was 20. Okay. So you're going to see right now the picture of it. This is the diaphragm, and this is exactly where the diaphragm is. The diaphragm is mid-pec, mid-bust. And it's attached to the sternum, as you can see, in the front. And that's that bone, and that bone is stationary. And then it's dome-like. It goes up and attaches in the back to the spine. So, as you can see from the picture, it is not down as far as so many people feel. Now, why would they think it's there? Because you can feel the action of the diaphragm there. And so we're going to talk about that. I'm going to show you some things that you can do to really practice taking a nice, good breath. Okay? The diaphragm is an involuntary muscle. And it's like the light switch that you turn on. It doesn't decide the wattage, it doesn't decide the color of a bulb that is turning on. It just does its job. So that's the involuntary muscle, the diaphragm. Really what we're dealing with is abdominal and rib breathing. When you take a breath, the diaphragm is at rest, right here, like this. I'm going to push this away so you can see. So now it's right here, up at rest. It's the floor of the lungs. So the lungs are above it. And the lungs have air sacs. And you know those dried sponges, they look like that. And what happens is, as soon as you add water to the sponge, it all of a sudden starts to swell. It is filled with water. We have air sacs. And as the diaphragm descends, your air sacs are filling with air. Now, simultaneously, your ribs, and everybody knows, you can feel your ribs, everybody usually knows where the ribs are. Simultaneously, the ribs are now lifting and expanding. So now you have an action of increased volume, lengthwise and widthwise, with your breathing. Now, from the first part, if you're down like this, you're not going to get a lot of air. There's going to be a lockdown right here. Okay? And what you're going to have to do is lift. But if you allow the diaphragm to descend fully, now you're going to have a nice, good amount of air, and the ribs are going to expand, and you're going to get the most amount of air that you can get in your body. The big thing is you do not pull in at all. So, I've got several things to do. One of them is with the sitting down, and then I'm going to stand and show you 3 positions that you can do another thing, okay? The first one is sitting, and I'm going to get back even further. So you're going to press your hands in and I took a breath. Notice my ribs from the first part, my ribs are already up, my shoulders are back. I can take a nice deep breath. Whether you're sitting or standing, doesn't matter. Again, I can take a nice deep breath. I press in and I allow my muscle to come against my hands. Now you can use your fist. I make sure that my arm is out and I take a deep breath, okay? Now, I'm going to go sideways. I'm going to stand for this. Sideways here. Now I relax the abs. You have to have relaxed abs. Air can't travel in a tensed muscle. Okay? So now, again, your hand is in, and I'm only going to use this hand. And I took a nice deep breath. Now, the easiest place to do this is laying down. And it's I'm going to show you 2 ways of doing it. You're going to do 2 exercises. They're going to be your homework for this, okay? And I'm going to use my book, honey, my book. So, you're laying down. You have a pillow so your head can look, can see what's happening, because you want to use visual as well as feeling. So you're going to look, you're going to press. You want a big book. You want it not down here, but up here. You can get a big book that goes like this, okay? I'm using my book because it was handy, and I'm going to get my hand out of the way. Now watch, you're laying down, your head is looking, and when you're laying down, it silences the top part of your body, which is great. So that's the first position. You're going to take a breath, and you're going to stay out for 4 counts. Okay, now watch. Now you're going to exhale because you didn't use the air. Counting. You did it twice, okay? That's your homework. You're going to do it 2 times. That's it. Second one is you're going to count out loud. Watch what happens to the book when you count out loud. Breathing. 1, 2, 3, 4. Relax the abs. Refill. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, in the middle of doing 2 of them together and taking a breath and counting out loud, when you counted, you used up air. It's the same as exhale. So, 1, 2, 3, 4. You relax the abs. Now you want to go back to full because you use your air. You want to replenish that air. 1, 2, 3, 4. Relax the abs. Replenish your air. 1, 2, 3, 4. And relax the abs. And I let go of the rest of the air. Okay? Now the reason why you're doing that is because you relax the abs and you want to refill because you used air up. But you don't want to exhale in between those 2. Okay? You're going to get used to filling the lungs. Remember, you don't exhale between those 2 exercises. When you did the first one, you do, and the reason you do is because you didn't use any air up. Okay? So, homework. Just do it many more days, but a lot less. Just if you do it twice with the breathing and then twice with the counting, you're done. You're good. When can you do it? You can do it in the morning, you can do it in the evening. Laying down is the easiest. Remember, you're going to look. Okay? So laying down, then you do it sitting, and then you do it standing. It's the hardest to do it when you're standing, and that's when usually you are singing. Now, for my musician friends that are sitting when they're singing, okay, remember part 1, Keep the body up. Don't be hugging your guitar. Don't be slouching, okay? All right. And then in part 2, you're going to practice this so when you're with your instrument, you can have a lot of space here for your breathing, okay? All right. So now the next thing would be to do some exercises, right? So I have a free resource for you, which are warm-ups. Now, remember, they're not within your range, but they are within a wide range. So if you have a low voice or if you have a high voice, you can have this free resource. And I'm telling you at the end because I wanted to give it to people who stayed all the way to the end. So just go to marquitawaters.com, and in the contact, you'll see that you'll be able to get free warm-ups. So just and if you don't see it, just put it wherever you get it, go into the contact, just put warm-ups, okay? And I'll make sure that you get that free resource. But I do believe you will be able to find it. Let me see, marquitawaters.com/services. I believe it's on that page, okay? But you want to have those warm-ups. It's a free resource for you to have, okay? All right, we are done. And oh yeah, you gotta, if you're on YouTube, you gotta ring that bell, you gotta subscribe. What can I say? If you're on any other social media, please contact me. Let me know how you enjoyed this. What is your takeaway from it? If there's any problem you have, let me know. If you want me to do a video on something, let me know, okay? All right. Because it is such a day, yeah, such a mighty fine day, yeah, yeah. Bye, 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 bye.